Dear colleagues, it is time. It is time that finally here that we've been waiting for so long. Now I would like to give the floor a person that I met in 2020, and it was about the app that we're talking about today. It happened when we shared the first version of this app on Google Play and App Store for the first time ever. And when I saw some inexplainable shots and videos that I whose author I didn't know, but it was so professionally made. They were so full of energy in terms of creativity of the content creation, and I didn't have time to explain anything to that person. Didn't have time to for any tutorials. I was so amazed by the approach that person used. But you know what I was even more impressed with later? It was when I learned that those shots, those videos were created by a person who practically can't see anything, like almost blind. That person has 5% of vision left in one eye and 3.5% left in his other eye. So remember, people were saying, like, we need to learn how to use it. Believe me, after hearing the story of my friend, my workmate, the person who has been with me throughout this whole journey, who was one of the first people in the history of the implementation of that app to install it and use it and becoming an ambassador of this project, becoming a professional with a capital P who accumulated immense experience and used it to the best of his abilities, who created the brand and his name thanks to that app. And of course, it helped that person to have the desired start and the opportunity to realize his potential. And I'm so thankful to that person for always supporting me in any possible way, even when I was down, when it was difficult for different reasons. But that person did not allow me to stop because that person always was high on energy, always creating content, sharing how he uses that app in his presentations. It's a unique experience. You can't see it, but I literally have goosebumps on my skin from what I'm saying. And I would like to give the floor to you, my friend, a legend, Earl Karriedge from the Netherlands, who will tell you his story, his journey that he went through and he's still going through. I'm very glad to see you, my friend. I've been dreaming about it for such a long time, and finally the moment has arrived when we're here together. Dear friends, this is the actual case when to prove that there are no language barriers. I don't speak fluent English. Earl doesn't speak fluent Russian, but I feel that he is my soulmate. I always feel his energy, his support, and I'm sure you will feel it too. So, Earl, I'm giving you the floor, my friend.
Thank you so much, Dimitri. Thank you for your wonderful words. Yeah, my skin is reacting on it, so we have some great connection. Hello all, I will introduce myself for the first time. My name is Earl Karriedge. I'm from the Netherlands, and yeah, what I have heard is that that I was one of the first that was buying the former application Hunter, and it's quite a long story. A wonderful story because I'm supporting the Unitsky string technologies for over 8 years, and I still do it with a lot of confidence. I'm still proud to help Anatoly Unitsky in realizing his dream and try to help him as much as possible. And when I saw this technology for the first time, it was most of all 3D drawings, animation videos, and I was wishing for a tool that it made me possible, what I can use to share people this technology in their own environment. And I went several times to the EcoFest in Belarus. It was a wonderful experience. And back in 2018, I saw just a short story, a wonderful story. And it was a story quite simple. There is a tool coming that will make it me possible to visualize Unitsky string technologies through augmented reality in reality. But I've never heard of augmented reality. I was only focused on, I would like to show people the possibilities of Unitsky string technologies. This story must being shared with a lot of people who like to hear it, but also the people who don't like to hear it. And when it was available to me to buy this application, I did not hesitate. I immediately bought the application and start working with it. And I had also my difficulties because, as Dimitri already was telling you, I'm nearly blind. And to read something from the screen, I have to do it like this. So I have to keep the phone close to my face. And in the summer, it's quite hot. In the winter, I have a nice heating point for my face. But nevertheless, I trying to understand the application, because this was fantastic. This was something that I was wishing a long time for, and now I was able to create a visualization and go to everybody and show the possibility of Unitsky string technologies. And of course, immediately people were telling me and told me it's fake, it's not real. But the point of this was quite simple. You have you can imagine yourself how it will look like in your own environment, what it can do. You directly see the possibilities of Unitsky string technologies. And even I had struggles because I'm using a Samsung smartphone for over 8 years. And Dimitri was telling me, yeah, you better should use iPhone. It's more open, it's more easy, because Android giving me sometimes hard times. And I had something, yes, I understand you, but I have to work with Samsung and help me to try and to overcome our obstacles. And for software, we did. And it was a great journey, because I was able to create a lot of visualizations, and maybe some of you will know me and also will know my page. If not so, I will share my information with Dimitri, and he will put it maybe afterwards in the big Telegram chat. But to keep all things simple, I started to create a lot of visualizations, create a lot of movies, and then I saw people using my pictures, sharing my videos with their audience, and I was really grateful for this, because the only point that I was looking to it was quite simple. I like to realize a Unitsky string technology project in my own country. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a real project, and the only thing that I can use to achieve this is augmented reality. I started learning about augmented reality, and then it was for me quite simple. Augmented reality is the most powerful tool that you and I can use, because we have it in our phone. We are using now Admix reality, and it is directly in your phone. So that means you can go to a prospect or to a relative or to anybody else, and you can talk about Unitsky string technologies. And instead of sharing the 3D drawings of Unitsky string technologies, you can create directly your own visualization, in which means that it gives you more power. It brings directly the opportunity of Unitsky string technologies into life, into 3D or augmented reality life. But the big benefit of this is our brains will not make any difference between reality or 3D. I can give you an example. Sometimes we're having dreams, and then we are waking up, and we are saying to ourselves, well, it was feeling like reality. But this is what our brains will do. When we are using augmented reality, our brain is detecting and seeing the model. for our brains, it is reality. But for our surroundings, it's not. And if we are looking away from our phone, it is also not. But when we are creating the model and when we are looking to the phone, it's reality for our brain. And that is the most common and the most powerful tool, because when I'm using this on presentations, people will feel some connection with it. Then they can start feeling the real connection with Unitsky String Technologies, because mostly of the visualizations are made in other countries, but I'm living in the Netherlands, and for each presentation, before I will create some visualizations from recognizable points, for example, in Amsterdam or in other cities, and then I will use this in a presentation. And I love to travel, and when I'm traveling, I'm also creating visualizations, and I had the honor to meet Anatoly Nitsky a few weeks ago in Dubai, and I know for myself I had only one time, one shot, and it must be a good shot. So what I was doing was quite simple. I took Admix Reality, created a shot, went straight inside, straight to Mr. Unitsky, and I shared my my visualization with Mr. Anatoly Unitsky. And he's starting smiling. He get a smile from, in Dutch we say, he get a smile from ear to ear. He was really grateful, really happy. And that was for me something from, okay, I'm still on track. This tool needs to be here. We need this tool because we are now on a point that people must know about the possibilities of Unitsky String Technologies. So I made visualizations in Dubai, I made visualizations in Belarus, I made visualizations in Belgium, in Germany, in the Netherlands, and also in the Czech Republic, Prague. Just for one reason, I like to share the idea of Anatoly Unitsky, because this is a wonderful idea. It's not only about the wonderful story, but it's also about giving ourselves a wonderful opportunity in the form of Unitsky String Technologies, because in some way, in some countries we have good public transportation. For example, in the Netherlands is quite good, but in some countries there is not no public transportation at all, or there is public transportation in the form of a bus, but the bus will only drive when the bus driver is ready or likes to drive his bus route. And yeah, this is not good, but it is the reality that we have having right now. So using Unitsky String Technologies is in every country, in every situation, in every state, it is only a benefit. There are no downsides at all. And when we talking about Admix Reality, and I have a lot of respect for Maxime and Dimitri, because they are working a long time with this technology to make sure that you and me can use it, because the only thing that I'm doing is creating pictures, and then I will go back to Dimitri and I will give my feedback. But I'm not the smartest guy when it comes down to mathematics and how the technologies behind the scenes are working. But if when the application is ready, I will use it. And that is also what I've done in the past months. I'm beta testing the application, try to make sure that the feedback that I will provide back to Dimitri was all right, because now you're in the focus group, and I'm really proud of you as well, because I'm seeing visualizations and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it in for the reason that is quite simple. It's in your country, and I like to see how it will look like in your country, because I love to travel, but I'm not able to travel in to all the countries, and you're giving me this wonderful visualizations back, and focus group, learning from you, because I'm learning every day. It is wonderful. And for me, from you, keep posting, keep sharing your feedback, keep sharing the pictures, keep sharing the visualization, because we need this. You need this, needs this. And when we are coming to a certain point, we will be proud of ourselves, because we will do something that is, for a lot of people, they cannot imagine it, and we will do it, because we will create a totally new world through augmented reality, and we will help people understanding the idea of Unitsky string technologies, because I can talk about second level transportation, but for most people it's new and they will not understand it until they see it, and then they will say, yes, I get it. I see the idea and I see the opportunity. And this is only because of Admix reality that will make it possible for you and me to get to this point. I will not talk much longer because you have already listening for 2.5 hours. I will share all my personal links with Dimitri and he will put it into the chats so you can see it. And feel free to ask me also questions and maybe I can help you as well, because this is what I really like. We all have to work, but for me, this is no work, this is fun. I try to make every day new visualizations. It doesn't matter if it is rain, if it is snowing, or if it is, I don't like rain, but creating visualizations give me peace, inner peace, and I'm trying to create a better world through augmented reality, and this is what I love to do, and this is what I will keep doing for as long as it is needed and as long as it is possible. So for now, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will be willing to answer them.
Earl, thank you so much for your speech. As always, you're positive with a hint of humor in it, as full of energy as possible, like going to stratosphere. Thank you very much. I will be the first asking you questions, okay? I see other people also asking questions, but I would like to be the first to do it. So using Admix reality and Advo Hunter and augmented reality in general, do you have any stories? Well, do you know how many people became your partners or signed up using augmented reality? Do you have any stats, any statistics? If you want to share it, of course. Do you have any kind of
Well,
numbers?
great, good question. I think for what I know for sure, it's around 40 to 50, because I was already sharing the opportunity of Unitsky string technologies before using Advo Hunter or Admix reality. But when I was using the applications, it gave me a good boost, and I'm still using it as today, because I don't like the drawings of Unitsky string technology. They are nice, but it's artificial, and sometimes I'm seeing, if I'm looking to the picture, then I will see immediately it's not correct. And for me, even I'm seeing very less, everything that I like to do, it must be in reality. So everything must be in a good, proper way. And this is what Admix reality and also Advo Hunter gave me, and it gave me also a boost to register new people. So for sure, this will help you as well.
Thank you very much. It's indeed, for me, a very impressive result, very impressive information. And imagine if once you do it, and then people who signed up with you would be able to do the same, the whole multiplication factor, if they also had such a tool that they could use, it's like a butterfly effect. If everyone was capable of doing it, I think it would ensure some exponential growth for sure. You must agree with me.
Well, I think to keep it simple, and this is how it works, between a famous person and me, there are only a few people, but I don't know the famous person. For example, between Mr. Unitsky and me, there are maybe 2 or 3 persons, and I don't know Mr. Unitsky, but I have a tool that maybe he likes to see. I know Dimitri, And Dimitri has his own connections. And so it will help, it will start spreading out. So there's also another example. I don't know the King of the Netherlands, but maybe my neighbor knows someone who knows the King of the Netherlands. I have the tool, and he has the contact. So I call it. I love when a plan comes together, and then sometimes this will help immediately because not all of us will know a mayor or a president, but for sure there is someone in your surroundings who will know someone who knows at least the president on the mayor. So this specific tool is great and can help immediately um, to get uh, to get the connection between you and the important or famous people.
Dear colleagues, I'm here with Dmitry. We are in the same location but different places. Thank you very much, Earl, on my behalf for your story, for your success, and for the results that you've achieved thanks to this instrument. And I wanted to focus, dear friends and colleagues, that Earl alone was able to register 50 people in his first line just by using this app. And going back to Dmitry's words, imagine those 50 people also had this Admix reality app. And what if they also added 50 people to each of them in their first line, and then the second line would have 50 people each? Do you see the exponential growth here using this tool? But since Earl was in part of the narrow circle of testers and developers and was in constant touch with Dmitry about all the updates, and Earl had access to this tool throughout many years, he was the only one who used that app. And since this app was not universally available, that's why it was only Earl who used it. But imagine if we put it into mass, if we open access to everyone, imagine how many people would Earl had in his own structure. If he alone was able to sign up 50 people, and now apply that math to yourselves and what kind of results you can achieve. And that's what I meant when I said it was easily duplicable, and how it will boost your own networks and how it will ensure continuous growth of your network. So this is what I wanted to emphasize here, the potential behind this tool. Thank you. Thank you, Max, for this very important information, this very subtle nuance and very timely nuance. Dear colleagues, please ask your questions in the chat if you have them to our special guest, to Earl. Well, probably guest is not the correct word for it. He's our long-standing partner and the ambassador of our brand, probably guest in this meeting only. And I called him legend not because just he's my friend and not because he's warming up his face using the smartphone, but also because he's doing things that is really hard to imagine. So also please write your questions in the chat if you have them. Someone says, I don't have questions to Earl. I have only admiration. So, Earl, you delivered your task in such a professional manner that no questions. I hear only admiration and wishes of success, breakthroughs, and success in all your beginnings. We have people here telling you, well done, Earl. And they are like flabbergasted, amazed with your story. And that you charged everyone up. Someone is already asking for your sample videos, and someone is asking for your links to learn from you. They also like virtually shaking your hand, and someone wrote, this is the strength of the spirit and optimism shown by Earl with respect. And yeah, thank you very much for what we've done, for what you're doing, and for being our friend, our colleagues. And one day I'm sure we will meet somewhere and we will warm our faces together with our smartphones, have a nice chat, and we'll have a really nice talk and we'll have a good time together. Yes, someone wrote, it's so cool that we have such dedicated people to our technology. Yes, this is about you, Earl. Thank you very much for your consistency, for your persistence, and for proving that you can change the world as long as you do not submit to other people's opinion. Just keep true to yourselves and able to overcome all the obstacles and then made people follow you. Well done, Earl, indeed. I'm very thankful to you for everything you are doing for us. And I'm sure we will keep in touch. And thank you for staying here, although you had to wait for like 2.5 hours, and then you did what you know how to do in a very professional way. So you have my hugs, you have my handshake, and I'm sure we will have more meetings, and we will be waiting for some content from you and your links and your pages in our Admix reality group.
I will do that. Dimitri and team, thank you so much. It's quite simple. Let's continue together to make our world a little bit better. And we can do it because there is no obstacle, there is no way that we have to say we can't. Yes, we can. We have a powerful tool, and what Maxime and Dimitri are already mentioning, this is just like a small waterfall. When the waterfall will become at its highest, it will spread, and it will spread in a positive way for all of you. And now you have one of the biggest benefits. You have the most powerful tool in your hands, and you are able to give your opinion, your feedback, and that is really what this tool makes the best tool, because it's not a tool that is created by just a company. No, it's a tool that is created by the company, by you and me together. Because without each other, we can't do anything. But when we put our strengths together, we will achieve everything. I'd like to wish you all the best. I will share my links with you. If you have any questions, feel free. You can send me a private message, or you can tag me in anything what you like to do, and I will give my response as well. So take good care of yourself. Thank you for your time, and also thank you for your patience. Dimitri and Maxime, spasiba. Take good care of yourself, and yeah, it was a real honor for me to be at your presentation.
Thank you, Earl. Okay, dear colleagues. So, in conclusion, I would say a few words, Earl. Again, thank you very, very much. When we have a people with limited capabilities, well, some people call it limited, but I don't think Earl thinks it's limited, or we should call them limited. If he can do it, imagine what you could do it. Just think about it. And I'm sure that the result will not be long in coming.